AITA for making a harmless joke about my formerly overweight friend? I've 22F been friends with James 22 meters since we started college. Around 78 months ago he decided to change his lifestyle and be healthier. He was overweight but already lost a lot of weight and fitter. I was his workout motivation buddy throughout these months, but lately he's been confident enough to do his own thing. A couple of weeks ago we went to a friend's party. It wasn't really a party, more of a low-key get-together. James is shy, awkward, and tends to stick with me whenever we go to social environments with lots of people. But at some point this tipsy girl came up to him and seemed clearly interested. She was ignoring me entirely. I was about to walk off when she asked me in front of several others if James and First are together. I laughed and joked that she wouldn't have asked me this if she had seen him last year. I was immediately told by some friends that it was a mean thing to say. And in hindsight James seemed a little speechless. The girl asked me what I meant and I explained that he used to be way chubbier. Then she shrugged and said he's hot and would take him off me if I didn't mind. I thought this was trashy and just left. Afterwards I spoke to James in private and he seemed to have gotten his feelings hurt. I explained it was just a joke cause last year nobody would have assumed we're together. I mean the whole point of the joke was that he's considered more attractive now, but I know his true awkward self and past. Am I the asshole in this situation? YTA. Holy Jesus. You have to know this isn't a harmless joke. It was tasteless, crass and rude, not to mention pointless. You made a dig at his former weight which wasn't cool. Lots of people who grow up chubby or overweight have lots of mental hang-ups about that time, and you just decided to stick a knife in a twist. James was probably stunned that his friend turned out to be an absolute jerk. YTA. Pro tip. When you start off a sentence saying, AITA for making a harmless joke, your joke wasn't a joke. It wasn't harmless. And you're the asshole. I actually think the response was really classy. It allowed her to defend the guy who was being attacked for no reason, highlighted that you were being an ass, and also allowed her to continue flirting with him. It was pretty masterful. YTA, you sound very insecure. YTA. Embarrassingly so. 1 for implying he was completely undesirable when he weighed more. 2 for making it clear you thought you were better than him at the time. These are the actions of a bad friend and a shallow child. YTA. And you don't need Reddit to tell you that. You exploited his soft spot. And you aren't his friend. The girl who hit on James wasn't trashy. You were. And I would completely understand if he never wanted to speak to you again. You mentioned he recently started getting more confident and you went ahead and kicked him down the first chance you got. James is shy, awkward, so sticks with you in social gatherings because he finds it safe and comfortable, and you took that away from him as well. And just because he was a little overweight earlier doesn't mean you were automatically too good for him back then, that nobody would assume that you two could be together. You do realize that overweight people are capable of being in relationships with people who are not of the same size, right? Get off of that high horse. You are not better than him. I laughed and joked that she wouldn't have asked me this if she had seen him last year. Aren't you full of yourself? YTA. I thought this was trashy and just left. You should be very familiar with trashy. I know his true awkward self and past. In other words, he'll always be a fat loser to you. It sounds like he's out of your league though. Maybe if you work on your personality. YTA. You tried to cock-block him and you insulted him. Are you jealous that he gets attention? Do you fancy him and you're just lying to us and yourself? You either make a move on him or let him be. Girl. How is she trashy? Being tipsy and flirting doesn't automatically make you trashy. And TBH, she was respectful enough of both of you that she asked if you were together before she tried anything. If she was trashy, she would have hit on him without regard for you. She respected you. It sounds like you're either jealous he got attention or you have a crush on him now that he's fit. And someone else expressed interest first. Your comments were rude. YTA. Well, it clearly wasn't just a harmless joke considering the outcome. Now is it? YTA big time. You basically verified all of your friends' insecurities and made it sound like people would only be interested in people for their looks. Which must been awful for your friend to hear come out of your mouth after all of your support prior. Be a better friend. Obviously YTA. Why is it automatically true that a fat guy couldn't be your partner? And what does this random girl care what he used to look like? It honestly sounds you're jealous that someone thought James was cute and you wanted to make sure he didn't feel too good about himself. Ever heard of the concept wingman? You are literally 180 degrees the opposite of this. Of course YTA. Keep your body shaming dumb comments to yourself. Info. Could you explain the joke to me? What about it is funny? Yes. YTA. Huge awe. You basically just told James that he is only worthy of love and affection when he is fit and attractive. YTA. So you're just publicly making the statement that overweight folks are undateable. And you don't see how that's gross. You've never seen a couple who didn't share a body type. We get it. You think you're too hot to be associated with those kinds of bodies. Do yourself a favor and keep that unsavory mindset to yourself. Info. What about this joke is harmless and funny? YTA. Do you often put others down to feel better about yourself? YTA. Sometimes just a no is okay. Were you trying to put her off your friend? And if so, why? YTA. And a big one. You essentially just verified all the insecurities James had when he was overweight. You're also saying that looks are everything. But let me tell you, no matter how good you look up, you'll always be unattractive with that personality. YTA. Up. 1. This entire post reeks of jealousy, and if you're jealous at the fact that someone is flirting with your friend and taking it out at his expense, then you need to sort out your feelings and go to therapy. Point 2. If you're uncomfortable with people thinking that you're together in a relationship, you could have just said, no. We're just friends, simple as that. 3. Is it still a joke? If the person who you made a joke about explicitly told you that they have been hurt by it? No. It's not a joke. It's a D-bag move and you're a horrible friend and you're a trashy aw.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.